I want to greet all of you people of Kenya and Asubaboki. My names are Tom Sirere Maitai. I'm from County 033, that is Narok County. And today I come to present to you figures that we have formulated out of what IBC gave us or what generated the outcome of the last general election. And the reason why we are doing this is that I would like to tell you beyond the shadow of doubt that the last general election was not free and fair, and my figures will speak to you and you'll get that as an answer after we come to the conclusion. Thank you very much as we go to the board to get now to play around with the figures, and you will see what I was telling you and what I'm telling you, because the figures will tell us the outcome of the election, who won, and why they had to manipulate the figures. Let's go to the board. The IBC chairperson told us, and I'm just using the figures that they have given us, 14,213,027 people voted. If you minus that one, Ruto given votes is equals Ruto's actual. So here is what we have done. We have taken that figure that IBC has given us, you can read it from the board, minus what they have given us for Ruto, and we get 7.036886. Put that figure in your mind, because as we go on, you will see how they played around with figures to formulate and even to give us this answer. Let's go to the next clip. The same figure of people who voted, which is the 14 million, I'm not going to repeat, minus Raila's given is equals Raila's actual. So this figure minus what IBC gave us, which is 6.942930, it gives us 7,270,097. And this is, when you are minusing this figure that was given by IBC, it gives you the actual figure that Raila had. Let's go to the next slide. Ruto's given minus Raila's given is equals 233,211. Raila's actual minus Ruto's actual is equals 233,211. So when you look at these two figures and these two ways of calculating, they are just landing us in the same figures. So this figure is the difference between Ruto and Raila. And according to IBC, these are the number of votes that Ruto had won and had, or he was ahead of Raila. Let's go to the next slide. So we have taken the same figure, which is Ruto's and Raila's difference, minus 140. This 140 is then 140 that was mentioned by Cherera, the IBC commissioner, is equals Wajakoya's and Mwaure actual. So we come to the figures, we say 233,211 minus 140, the same I've told you that was mentioned, is equals 93,211. You can see there. Then we go again and we say Wajakoya's and Mwaure's given minus Wajakoya and Mwaure's actual is equals 745. So here are the figures for you to be able to see how that is formulated. It's 93,956 minus 93,211 is equals 745. So what is missing here is this figure. So this is the same figure without this. And this one is very significant because you are going to see how they were playing with this figure just to give you the answers. Let's go to next. Raila's actual minus Raila's given is equals to 327,167. So we are saying Raila actual, which is 7.270097 minus the figure that Raila, you can see there that Raila was given, or this is what was presented to us by IBC. It gives us 327,167, which is the total. I can say here, these are this number are the total votes that Raila lost. Lost where? He lost because this is the number we are going to see as we continue, that they play around. Because when you see now this, what Raila had before and what he had was given by IBC, then he lost this number. And you are going to see how they played with that number to achieve their planned outcome. So we take that, the same number, minus 139,255, it gives us 187,912. 112, the same number, minus 93,956. We remain with 93,956. A same number just like that, but you are going to see how this number is being played around and what it gives. So we take 139,255. This was given to Ruto. 93,956 was given to Wajakoya and Mwaure. 93,000, the one that remained here, 93,956, was used to deduct the same figure from Raila. I know this is a little bit complicated, but I know whoever would like to reach out to me, I'll be able to explain what this means. And I can show you how this figure and how this figure is, how it's lost and where it goes. Let's go to next. This was the formula that was used to deduct from Raila. So we are taking what Raila had minus the difference between both of them and Ruto, then it gives us what Ruto had. So we take the same figure, because this is what they are using. Sometimes you might see like we are just going the other way around, but it is so significant because that's exactly how they played with these figures to give us the outcome they gave us. And you will see how that one plays out. So we take the same figure, and don't forget that this is Ruto's actual votes before they were added. So we take the same figure minus what were given to Wajakoya and Mwaure. We get what Raila had, or what Raila was given. So this is telling you that all these figures are related. When you minus this one, you get the other one, you like that. They show you that they are related. Let's go next. So when we take this figure of their difference, minus Wajakoya and Mwaore's given, you get 139,255. Take the same figure minus 93,956, you get 139. Oh, here we are just showing with words, but here we are showing you by figures. So we take this figure 233,211 minus 93,956. It gives you this figure. This figure is very significant. Keep it in mind, because down here, this is the figure that created this figure. And I know all of you Kenyans, you know, this is what Ruto was announced to be a winner of the last election. But you can see where that number is coming from. It is coming from that calculation that they have done there. They gave him 139,255. When you add with what he had, the actual figure, that is what gives us that. And there is a reason why it is not this figure again. Sorry, let me explain a little bit. This figure, it is 140 minus 745. The 745 that I told you earlier there. So they played with that figure. They removed it from here. And if you can look here, 139,255, they put that figure here. Because you remember this figure was that 93,211. So when you remove that 745 and put it here, you get this figure. But now let us first go that first line for you to understand and get to see this other one. But that's my argument. So they gave Ruto that, and we got what Ruto became the winner. But you can remember, behind I've shown you that it is Raila who won. Ruto was still with this figure, but that's how they played and gave him that. So we take the same figure, the same we did there before, and when you minus this, you get what Raila had. Let's go to the next slide. On percentages of the actual figures, Raila got 7,270,097, which is 50.49%. Ruto got 7,036,886, which is equals to 48.86%. Wajakoya and Mwaore got 93,000. You remember mentioning that figure? That was their actual before they were given the 745. So 93,211, which translates to 0.65% of the total votes. So total percentage is 100%. When you calculate all this, it gives you 100% of this figure. Now we are not dealing with the figure IBC gave us. Our calculation has given us 14.194,000. But you remember what the figure for IBC was. Let's continue. Percentage of the given figures. Ruto got 7.176,141, which is 50.49. This figure is not changing because what they did, they just changed what they played around that to give Ruto to the position of Raila. This is what Raila had, and this is what Ruto had, even after the whole calculation. So the person who was playing this game, the person who has formulated this, is a genius. And he has played with all Kenyans. But here we are, at least we are able to unravel whatever that they played and what the kind of mathematics they did and give the answer to Kenyans. Raila got this figure, 6.942930, which translates to 48.85. Wajakoya and Mwaure got 93,956, which translates to 0.66%. The total percentage is 100% of the actual figure that was given. So this one is balancing. The first one balanced. The difference is just when you remove this one, and also here it is because of the figure that we have for Raila. Then it's just a slight, but it's still balancing because it gives us 100% of the 14,213,027. So 140 that was mentioned by the IBC Commissioner Cherera, when you minus, I've shown there now, when you minus 745, you get 139,255. That's what was given to Ruto. Wajakoya and Mwaure, they had their actual figures were 93,211, but when they add now this one that has been, because this figure is coming from here, so you get it here. When you add it to this, then you get this figure, 93,956. Therefore, Kenyans, this is the whole game that we were playing. This is the whole mathematics that was done, and it formulated the outcome of the last general election. I know right now there is a case in the Supreme Court, and I know maybe these figures might not arrive there, and it's just from one individual, but I would add to all Kenyans. I heard everybody, when this lady gave us this figure, everybody, she got a lot of attacks and a lot of criticism that it didn't mean what it was. People started calculating. That was just a play. For me, knowingly or unknowingly, these people are aware that there is this figure was added to Ruto, but maybe they didn't have the way it was done. But we have come with the formula, and we have shown how it was done. I know whoever wants to reach out, we have many ways of showing and putting a proof that truly this is the real representation of what these people did. Otherwise, thank you very much, Kenyans. I believe that the truth will prevail. Those people who are waiting, and I know when IBC opened the portal, it was just smoking mirrors. That they were showing all of us that go see there, everything is plain, clean and simple. You are able to access the outcome from the portal. But for me, it was smoking mirrors. Look here as we are doing something else here. A lot of people might be thinking that how the election was stolen, it is by the transmission. But for me, I've come up with this formula and it makes a lot of sense. And people who would like to criticize it, it is open. You have now the mathematics, you have the formula, you have the way, and you can reach out. Then we have a conversation. And I tend to think this will really help our country. May God bless Kenya, and thank you very much, Kenyans, for the peace that you have kept. Even after the general election, this time around, Kenyans have shown the whole world that we are a growing democracy, and we are showing the rest of the African continent that we are able to do things in a civilized manner. Thank you very much, Kenyans. Thank you for the peace that have prevailed.